Hello everyone and welcome to Old Guy Paintball. I'm Craig and I am the host. This week I want to talk about field relations. Not talking about with your fellow players, but with your owners or managers of your field and their staff. This is a very important issue because a lot of us go to a field on a regular basis or have what we call a home field, which we use most of the time. And I think it's good to get to know your owners or managers and their staff on a really good basis. It has a lot of advantages for you. Now, if you're like one who bounces around from a lot of fields, this may or may not be of that importance, but it still offers you some ideas that when you go to a field to play, to give feedback to whoever's there to help them get a better experience for future players. And with that, the field that I play on, I have a really good relationship with the field owner. We talk a lot with some other players, and we've constantly are, talking about ideas and throwing things out there to how to make the experience better for not only us, but for people coming in the future. Things like how games are played, or season passes or season memberships that would give you a little bit of a discount for the whole year. The possibility of maybe getting a better quality paint that if you have a higher end marker that can shoot something in a 3 or 4 star rating versus having just a standard field paint. If you have enough people who are there that can do that, they may look into that for you, especially if you have like an air or a hyperball field or a speedball field, which is obviously, would be a lot better. But not only that, but offering to give ideas of how to, different scenario ideas or concepts for games that might be of interest to get new players out to your field. So developing a relationship with your field owner or field manager, I think, is a very important thing to do. Introduce yourself, and especially if you go there after a couple times and say, hey, I like your field, I'm going to be probably a regular, and just starting a conversation with them. And after a while, once you get to know them, they're going to, ask you ideas or maybe ask for your opinion, how to make their field better. And don't be afraid to offer some constructive criticism or feedback. If you think the games are too slow or not the kind of games you want, or should you get a different kind of setup for the field, they may not realize that people want this, and being a good person and presenting it in a proper way can do a lot to help your field out. And it makes your owners feel connected with their players, and they also feel that you care about their facility or taking an invested, interest in it. It's not also about, hey, can I get some discounts, or, can I get a free pass or a free play? That's not really what I'm talking about. And that's nice. And some field owners may do that for you if you're really there, but they may need help someday. Say, hey, can you ref a game for me? And can you, help do this or help talk to people who are new and explain stuff to them? Be willing to pitch in and help out. Building a good repertoire with your field owner or managers and their staff is just really good business for both of you. It shows them that you're seriously interested in the field, and they know that they can count on you to tell them if there's issues or something that needs to be addressed. A lot of fields struggle to find quality help. And, so don't be afraid to help out the referees here and there. A lot of us will do that. And even if you visit a field on a one-time basis, don't be afraid at the end of the day to say, hey, I really liked it here. Or, you know what, this wasn't a bad place, but I saw a couple things that I don't see at other fields. And let them know, because, if you want to come back, they may be interested in hearing what people are to do things that can help them get more people to show up at their fields. So take a few minutes if you go to a field on a regular basis and talk to the staff. And if you can, don't interrupt their day and take up their space at the counter when there's people trying to check in. But if you get a few minutes at the end of the day, or you see him out and about, introduce yourself, say hi, tell them you like your field, and just start building that repertoire. Eventually, they'll start to talk to you, and if they're really interested, and that can go a long ways to creating a better paintball experience, not only for yourself, but for others who come out to the field. And that will only help your paintball field be more viable and more likely to stick around. So I hope this helps you all and gives you something to think about coming up, with when you visit a paintball field. And with that, I want to thank everybody for all their support. and I hope to see you all in the paintball field soon.